at EWC 2025. It's gonna be the newest map, newest addition towards Free Fire Solara. Everybody, it's gonna be Tony Hawks here as we are going to see players on that slide rails trying to either exit or enter from the enemy team. Let's see who will become the last booyah of the day. And if you guys want to know, from game number 1 till game number 5, all 5 games are booyah'd by Southeast Asian teams.
Super exciting to see how they're really, setting the momentum today here. Would love to see Brazil just really rally back, especially since, according to the panel, Solara is what Vitality claims to be the kings of Solara here in Southeast Asia. They are the pioneer, apparently, and they have really perfected how their rotations are going to be. And I would say that this is quite a hard rotation to play with, as Gideon mentioned, because of the rails that came through, right? You can Tony Hawk your way through. It's really quick on the rotations. You're definitely going to be caught off guard, especially on how fast you can move throughout those rails.
Right. Now, players are having their places, having their drop spot one by one. Yep, as you can see, Dix being the skater boy right now here, as by Avril Lavigne. Also dropped, get some mushroom, get some EP in. And there you go, the first circle. As you can see, it's favoring towards Funfair as its midpoint. And not much can be said right here. I can see that Red Hawk is actually fighting against one player from Alpha 34. Other than that, no other team is intersecting one another. And it looks like Red Hawks managed to actually take down that player from Alpha 34. And yep, that is the only thing that we could see in this early stage of the game.
I mean, there's a lot more I can see right now in terms of draw spots, how everyone is just so kind of hunkered down in their areas. We're not really seeing these early fights like we did in the previous match. We usually see maybe 2-3 different teams dropping the same spots right now, but everyone's being very, very cautious. Archway, interestingly enough, I think Vitality were the first team to drop there. They're so comfortable to take up this early mid-side area of the map, and now we did see those really early pickoffs. They're already back into this game. In terms of rotations as well, I think the only team that's really getting a bit more active around the map right now is slowly going to be Vitality. But for the rest, I think everyone just wants to see the circle shift before they fully commit into moving around the area.
All right, we are expecting the game to be a little bit later. Here is the replay on how Liu soloing himself. He managed to get to Tush, but sadly, it's a 3v1. With only a double vector in hand, it's quite hard for a player to do a magnificent clutch. But that is the only fight that we are seeing as of right now. We're looking at Vision System, PSPA, using the jump pad, closing in towards, I believe it was Team Falcon at Riders Club. Yep, Chicks has a Car 98, but Carl level 3 is still fine. He could still get damage in, but still not enough to be a fearful weapon to be used. So with Team Falcon exiting Riders Club, nothing can be done here for Vision System. They're a little bit too late.
Peter, ooh, nice shot to the face here. Noda X quickly taking him down. Gus steals him away. Falcon's down the back foot. Shouldn't be too long to bring his teammate back into the game here, but if anything, this team should be very happy to steal away one of the Falcons. They want to really stop the aggression, the momentum coming in. And for Pain, I think they've been doing such a great job today in terms of aggression, in terms of taking fights. In fact, they are the type of team who would really chase you to the ends of the earth if they really want your fourth. So be careful of this team.
Right, airdrop is nearby to Team Alpha 34. And they are not looking to take it just yet. Meanwhile, Red Hawks has entered Delta Isle one by one. Delta Isle is actually occupied by Team Alpha 34. You can see R7 is spotted by Flicker. Tries to go with the M24 shot, but was blocked by a glue wall. Meanwhile, Funfair, the brightest and funnest place to be in, Solara, is now being occupied by both Hotshot and also Core Memory KOG. Shots has been fired by the Pakistani team. Meanwhile, Core Memory is trying to spot where are the shots coming from.
A little hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of things happening right now, including Linz. managing to steal away a kill very early here. Again, these are not really full-on fights. Okay, hold that thought. This is going to be almost one of that. R7 brought back into the game here. Again, not really full-on fights. They're not really going on a 4v4. If anyone, everyone's just trying to reposition themselves there. That's a very, very ballsy move. Kutush left alone here. It's best just really, you know, cut your losses, try and bring your team back into the game.
All right, Nejat is the only member left here for Team Red Hawks, and apparently Liens could not get that final kill in. So there is actually one or maybe two eliminations here for Team Red Hawks. And Nejat really needs to run. Run, Nejat, run, and say the by Forrest Gump. But in Free Fire. Meanwhile, Liu finally spots Nejat wide open. Only a glue wall here. Not so sure how many glue walls Nejat had. Finally in the clear, had to enter the building of Windmill. However, inside Windmill, I can see green color there, but no, Nejat goes down. Liu with the hurrah! Takes down Team Red Hawks at 12th place.
Unlucky for him. Wasn't able to run away from the side. They chased it to the edge of the earth as well. And Hotshots as well is another team to be knocked out very, very early. Two of these teams that we had praised fairly early had great potential today. Not going to be able to live out their last hurrah and make it to it at least to the middle side of this game. Early night for them as well. But for the rest of the teams, it's just business as usual here. Virtus Pro has been showing a lot of aggression, especially in this game. They see a moving target. They go and fully just commit onto this fight. And has been doing a lot of dividends for them. They have 4 eliminations already on 7th right now, and they're looking to try and overcome where Hotshots and Pain are right now.
Fuwarat we knocked by Team Vitality. The Kings of Solana finally gets one from Team Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro, meanwhile, is trying to go to a different position. On the other side of the map, the hub, you can see Pain Gaming facing off against EVOS Divine. 2 members of Team Pain is now no more. Milan Aimgod could still be saved here. So Indonesia versus Brazil. Gus and Motovia has a lot of work needs to be done, and it looks like Gus managed to find space to go and fall back, trying to be the anchor here for Pain Gaming. Meanwhile, Motovia left alone, guarding Team EVOS, not allowing them to actually move out of their position. Rasha, that was knocked, finally has been revived back. Motovia got space, and this is the time for him to actually fall back, save more time and more survivability here for Team Pain Gaming.
This is making it so hard for the team to really just bring themselves back online. This off angle is just ridiculous. He's fighting so many of them. I'm not too sure if EVOS had actually marked him quite yet. I think they do. He has a nice angle to just go for these long-range pickups. But for the rest of EVOS, they're looking to collapse, not allowing these isolated 1v1s. Aimgod with the rush forward here, looking to play that first contact. And Motovia quick to move away. He's so low right now, but I don't think that EVOS wants to push this issue.
Meanwhile, Gus trying to give space here for Motovia.
No, that is incredible.
For Gus, but Aimgod just pushes it in, and there you go, Gus gone. Meanwhile, Peter tries to go for his body back again, spotted by Rasha, but apparently does not have the right angle to get that final shot onto Peter. So Peter Pain Gaming falling back, sliding towards the bottom. Seeing spotted, Aimgod tries to aim, but his aim is not godlike here. So Peter survives and has to find a way to pick up Gus and Noda.
I mean, to be fair, EVOS did quite well, just really make sure they can survive, and it's a very aggressive play. You sent Russia out super early. They were not expecting them to go super quickly and take these fights. And for now, EVOS are not done quite yet, because you have another team here. It's going to be Vision System who's rushing forward to take this fight. And I think that EVOS, they love aggression, they love chaos. They put in a lot of damage to one member of VSE. Souza forced to just really take this time to just go for that reset. Blue wall set up, space given. Jota trying to his hardest to go a bit more aggressive, but he's gone and bit too much more than he can chew. The damage is done. Maxi tries to rally, but he's so isolated away from his teammates. The rest of EVOS are able to just play tag team with one another here. Kochil low, but his teammate is okay to rush up forward. Go a bit more aggressive. Aimgod for one. Russia finds one more, but Kochil as well will be traded. But still, EVOS here will be the one to be victorious in this skirmish.
All right, only one player left here for Team Vision System SPA. The Latam team is not doing well against EVOS Divine, and EVOS Divine Quite a hefty elimination right here after 9 minutes of the game. Final against Team Pain Gaming, and right after that Vision SPA, they managed to rack in 6 points as of right now. Meanwhile, EGAL again interacting with Fluxo for the 6th time in the row. They never did not meet ever. So it's always EGAL, Fluxo, one way or another, one shot against each other. But this time around, you can see that EGAL is gatekeeping Fluxo very well, not allowing them to take the shortest route right here. Has to force Fluxo to maybe detour towards the back in order to be a bit safer, unless Fluxo dares to fight EGAL head on.
Interestingly enough, I think a lot of teams are going for these later rotations. Pain Gaming still not in the zone. You know, EVOS, even Vision System as well, are really taking their time there. But Fluxo needs to take the spike against AGAL. It's not going to be the easiest way to get into this circle as well, because you do have this team waiting in the compound. You have to flush them out. Bob's the first contact play. They were waiting for it, but they were so quick to set up those blue walls. Gives them a bit of space to reposition. But Chinoy and Dew, they bring devastation, and Fluxo cannot hold on. One by one, they fall. Double kill for Dew, and the rest of Fluxo are just running away for their lives. But these shots from Chinoy today have been incredible.
What a major mistake. What a bad decision, I could say, done by Fluxo. As I said, they could actually just rotate towards the back, avoid EGAL. They had the mini jump pad. They can just mini jump pad away from the Thailand team. But nah, they wanted to fight. They wanted to try. Maybe it's because it's the last game of the day. I'm like, okay, why not? We try one last time. Maybe we can get points. But nah, EGAL was like, yeah, give it on. Give more, boys, more. Yeah, 4 free points towards EGAL. And that is that. Now, we're looking at EVOS Divine and Core Memory, KOG. EVOS now on fire. Might not know that Core Memory is camping here. Has to rotate towards the side from outside, but they have spotted Vision System.
10 points difference between Falcons and EVOS, and they're really trying to make up for lost time and points as well here. But we look up toward AGAL, who has their sights onto the other members of the team for Alpha 34. Tries to put the shots, a bit more pressure onto them as well, but you can tell that for Alpha 34 is super wary right now. Yep, hit some chip damage onto WLU, but not enough to take him down. So making sure they don't stay around alone is going to be key here, as the other members of AGL look to play a little bit more aggressive. Chinoy, I would say the Slayer for today, is doing incredible. He's putting in the pressure. Saifa rushes forward, but he has enough gold that he can chew. R7 eliminates him promptly, and the rest of the team now scratching their heads. What do we do? Our first contact is fallen. Are we going to back off, or are we going to press the issue?
EGAL challenging yet another Brazilian team. However, they have lost Saifa, and oh, Chinoy tries to go for the smart glue one on the slide bar, but sadly Chinoy is not trapped on the balcony in front of members of Team Alpha 34. However, Liu and Luan goes down. R7 is doing as much as he can, but it looks like AGAL maintains dominance in the compound. R7 has to fall back. However, Barros was hunted down. Nice shotgun by R7, but R7 again with the shotgun, with the clutch. Dew is not there. R7 managed to get Luan in the same process. Now Dew with the grenade, will it enter? However, Falcon is coming. They are coming. The Green Falcons is gonna go for the party. Now Dew all alone, facing Falcons, facing Alpha 34, and Dew, but he found a whole bar and a car as well. Peter and On Fire was hit by the car, and Dew finally has been gone down. Well, he's the 900s alive, and AGAL is now no more. And Falcons leaving at Peter, red color on the bar, being hunted down now by Pain Gaming.
Third party is the name of the game, and Falcons are doing it so perfectly, but Limit falls. They're not done quite yet, because Pain Gaming is looking to put their hands into the cookie jar. Both of Vea and Luan get one each here, and Falcons cannot hold. With only one player left alive, No space to work with. On fire here, all alone. Not enough space. Taking a lot of damage from those ice nades as well. Looks to reposition. He pressures an area. Looks to push up forward. Trying to break this blue walls as well. But if you break it, yeah, sure, you're out here in the open with so many teams on the outside. It's a very, very ballsy play. And he tries to make it work. Nice shifts, nice movement as well from both these teams. It's just a game of ring around the rosy here. On fire, Luan wins this. There's going to be Pain Gaming waiting for them on the bottom side. Both players forced to hit that pause button. And also Vitality wants a piece of the pie.
Alright, the king of Solara is now here. Let's see whether or not Vitality lives up to that title. Pain Gaming patiently waiting on the first floor while Vitality decimating Team Virtus Pro. Core Memory once have been eliminated on the 6th plane, EVOS on 7, Virtus Pro as well on the 5th. Now we are left with only 3. We have Alpha 34, Vitality and Pain Gaming. 2 Brazil, 1 Indonesia. Will we have another Southeast Asia Booyah as the closer, or will finally we have Brazil slotting in on first day as one of the teams that gets the Booyah? Let's just see. Vitality waiting on top. Alpha 34, only 1 lone survivor left, and Pain Gaming has a lot of resources to play with.
Interestingly enough, because the circle is shifting over to the other side, every single team needs to be able to win this fight in this compound. If you walk outside there in the open, you are basically dead because there's no cover. There's nothing to work with as well. And Vitality looking to just overthrow these 2 teams inside of the compound. The nades will be cooked, throws down, finds nothing. It does break the glue wall, but it doesn't really hit that mark. What Sophia does eventually find one. Luan walks straight into his trap, and the rest of Vitality look to collapse. Jump, falls, jump shots all about. Peter is doing well to manage this aggression, but Jinx is going to find a kill of his own. Good trades all around for both of these teams here, and everyone is chaotic, and not a single player able to play with each other, isolated as well from the windows, from the blue walls. Every single corner is managed as well, and Peter, the gatekeeper of the outside of the compound, gets one so many eliminations, and a Booyah happened right out of the blue here.
The king has been...
Advantage you can have by having a lot of control of the outside of the compound. When a lot of utility is thrown inside, they run for their lives, and all they have to do is wait for these players to walk outside with their shotguns with open arms.
You could see how patient Pain Gaming was, holding the first floor, not allowing anyone to come by, because everybody was jumping in towards the second floor, because they know, okay, we have seen players on the first floor. Why not we just go on the second? Maybe we have a chance. And that is what Pain Gaming has done. They funnel everyone towards the second floor, leaving them a lot of space on the first floor. Nobody wants to be outside because that's the only compound in that zone. And patiently waiting, patiently